Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus, the Riven Realms. I realized I made some mistakes here. I think. Because we have to take a bunch of stuff to Lumen. And I've not left any space to take the stuff that Kandake wants to Lumen. This 45 linen and this 8 oil. I'm like, oopsies. However, maybe now's a good time to expand our Beast of Burden to 5? Is that too much? We have 10 days worth of supplies. The problem is the bigger your group gets, the harder it is to move. Let's give it a shot. We'll try it for a little bit here at least. Let's buy. It knocks us down by 1 day. That's actually not that bad, considering we've gained 3 inventory slots. And how much do we need to take? 45 pottery and... oh, no. That's an old one. 45 linen and 8 oil. I think... yeah, linen comes in stacks of 3, unfortunately. So we'll probably have to ditch this smaller pile of supplies. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Ditch. What am I doing? You ditch it over here. I just tried to throw it into the ether. And then oil. So we only want 8 of you. 1, 2. And that's a lot of money in the oil there. But I think we're in a good place though. How's our workforce is great. Do we have passengers? We have a couple passengers. So we'll have to keep an eye on when we ditch. I think this means they do about 5 units of work here. We have a wandering minstrel called Brawlist. You can tell I don't really pay attention to the people that I pick up. I just like, hey, where are you going? You want to go this place? Good. All right, let's head out of the city. We've already taken care of our taxes. Somebody brought up in 2 episodes ago, and I had already recorded the previous episode to this, but they pointed out that you can operate at 50% rations when I was running out of food. And it's interesting to think about because so running at 50% rations, you lose a nutrition from 0 to, or you go from 5 to 4. Running at 150 pushes it up, and then running it at 200 actually doesn't really help you. Other than maybe if you were lower, it would. I'm not 100% sure how the rations work, but this does drop down your nutrition. I wonder if at a certain point it drops, like maybe it drops to 3 or maybe 2 and then doesn't lower any further, so you could like stem the bleeding. If we're in a pinch, we need to remember that, because I think that could be super useful. But I think overall you want to run at 100%. I saw some discussion online saying it's actually more efficient to run at 150%, which pushes your nutrition to 8. And then marching the whole time, because you go faster, but it counteracts the debuff from marching. I'm not 100% sold on that, mostly because I don't know what I'm doing, at least with regards to the game that far. And maybe when we once we've gotten our vigor back, because right now we're not regaining any vigor on the in the camp. We only control our obedience and morale. Once we get our vigor back up to 9, maybe we can try the moving at 150 with full march, and seeing how that shakes out. You use more food on the way, but you move way faster, and eventually, like it actually evens out apparently in your favor. So it's an interesting to think about. All right, we've brought the outcasts and the minstrel to Lumen. They have thanked us. They have paid us accordingly. Let us drop off the things that we brought. Now, the bogweed is for Harvick. That is to placate him and his crankiness. This is mine, and so I shall sell it. I don't know why I built that up like it was gonna be important. We have 5 days worth of supplies. We have the stuff to give to Candig, so let's pop by her place here. Drop this off for lots of money. Holy monkeys. We're ready to take the next step. Candig shoves a piece of bone in your face, the tusk of some wasteland beast. See how See how the melted tin flows in the carving of this tusk? She asks excitedly. The pattern is critical. I need to keep perfecting the technique, and for that I must have more dragon bone. And tin, of course. Bring me those, please. You accept the task. We must bring her dragon bone? 4 tin and 1 dragon bone. Dragon bone you can get it at the Crimson Gate, or maybe the Mines of Plenty, the east, essentially. And you can get tin there too. So we'll save that for next time. We got a lot of money back, which is great. We will buy supplies here. The thing is, we're going to want to go to the Drusian quarry, which is about 2 to 3 days away. And then we're going to want to rocket back up to Crystal here, and then make our way over to Mirage. So 2 to 3 days here, probably like 2 to 3 days here, so let's say 6, and then maybe another 2 to 3 days, and then let's just say like an even 10. So let's see if we fill this out. That gets us to 9, 10. Do you guys have any missions for us? Arcane, Devon, Arcane, Torzags, Devon, Torzags. No. You all want me to go to the other direction, which is not where we're headed. We need to head to Tectum Carvos as much as I hate it. Because of the worms. To try and deal with Nadir's problem, and maybe, and the whole reason I'm going to the Drusian quarry is to pick up a bunch of obsidian and bring it to Tectum Carvos and try and help out their situation there, since we're already making a mission out that way anyway. So, the question is, do we want to bother taking Ceruleus Crystal with us? It's 4-4 here. If we took it to Larnak, or maybe even Mirage, is that worthwhile? This is the wrong place. So if we bought it for 7-7 here, actually, we could make money in Mirage. Almost the copper in Mirage, actually. So maybe that's worthwhile. Okay, and the price has changed. So let's just take two stacks worth and call that good. Some other time when we don't have a mission to do something, we should try and see if we can go into the crystals themselves, because we have the heat crystal and we have Nadir upgraded, to try and see if we can just mine it and see if we can make money that way. That would be cool. But for now, we have a mission. So let's rest in the Manzio. Let's get an extra vigor back. It'd be pretty cool if we did that. And then let's pay our dudes. Our crew is pretty big, so we're actually paying them quite a bit. We might want to start thinking about like 1-2, 1-2, rotating more into the full slave caravan than workers, because we have really high obedience, and we're kind of leaning into that with having a strong slave driver and stuff like that. So we should probably... Oh, we don't need to rest anymore. We should probably lean on that a little more than we have been throughout the entire playthrough. Let's go ahead and leave. And then we're going to gun it straight for the quarry instead of going down here this way. And then trying to cut across at Fort Viridium. Because this kind of is out of the way. If you go down here and then over, I think you're losing a little bit of movement that you could otherwise be making use of. The question is, do we go for the full... Well, we don't actually have enough march points, do we? I guess we do. We could march all the way out here, and then do we want to go for 150? I'm not really set up for that, so I don't think we will. So let's send our dudes out, see if they can get some stuff. They failed, they didn't get a lot of supplies, honestly. I don't think I was expecting much more than that from them. and then we will get 10 movement next turn, which is great because our vigor is up high. So let's go ahead and rest again, and now we've reached the quarry. Cool stuff. In we go. Not in demand. Holy God, if you wanted to offload your stuff for complete loss, here's the place to do it. We're gonna buy all their supplies, we might as well. And now, obsidian is the thing we want to buy all of, or at least until it gets exorbitant. 36, 36, 38, 4, 4, 3, maybe one more stack, and then call it good. Or should we just go all in? Let's go nuts. We're crazy here. We've bought all of their stacks. The question, we will have to try and maintain enough space for our supplies, but I think a full stack plus, or a full row and then some will be enough to get to Larnak and then Tectum Carvos beyond. So let's see. We don't have any more movement, so let's rest in the Manzio today. Exchange for money. You want to go to Larnak. It's not a lot of money to go to Larnak, though. You also want to go to Larnak, and there's only one of you, and you pay more. Revek? What the heck is a Revek? You know, we're gonna take this guy. I don't know who Revek is, or what his deal is. He's got 6 might. He eats four lizards every day. But we'll take Revek with us. We gotta rest today. We don't have any more movement anyway, so we might as well sleep on the floor and get the last of our vigor back up to 9, which is good news for us. We're gonna leave the settlement, and then we're gonna head north to Crystal. Or, question, do we just go straight for Mirage? It's 4 to 5 days away. There's not really... Although the one thing I will say, the reason we would want to go to Crystal is there is the open question from the guy, the bogweed smoking crystalmancer, if he can, you can ask him to help you with Tectum Carvos. I don't know if he actually can help you with Tectum Carvos, but you can at least ask the question. So let's see here. How do we want to do this? I think we want to go 3, 3, 4, 3, and then onto Crystal that way. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. So let's rest here in the woods, or in the wasteland. Please no worms. We're getting into sand territory here, so it's ripe for a wormin. Mark my words. Alright, we're doing okay. Wait till they start to grumble before you pay them. Don't go... not into the crystal. It always sends you to this corner. That corner is a death trap. Don't do it. Don't let them trick you. Into the town we go. Let us seek out our friend. Ah, rats. I need more influence with this dude. How do I get more influence with this guy when I can't do anything to make him more happy with me? Unless it's just building House Aquo. Sell them scrap metal. So they want scrap metal, and then sell timber or marble. Maybe that's a good way to get the magistrates rep up with, or your rep with the magistrate up, because right now we only have 6 according to this. We need 6 or more, and I have 8. We need 6 or less. Oh, weird. Okay, so the story hasn't progressed enough, I guess. I'm a little confused. Never mind. We do have enough rep. I just haven't... Maybe I haven't gotten, like, enough preparations for them in Tectum Carvos, and then they'll be like, we need a Crystalmancer, and then we can go talk to that guy. Maybe that's the key. We'll see. Alright, we don't want to offload our crystal here. You want me to take stuff to Devon and Arkin? That's not on my agenda, friends. You want to go to Arkin? You want to go to the Sunken Tower. Oh, that's where the... What are they? Cyclops or golems or somebody live out there? There's 11 dudes and they do 45 damage. They eat a lot of food though. So that's something to keep in mind. 4 days to Mirage. How far is Mirage from here? 2 to 4 days. All right. I don't think I want to buy any supplies here. How about flava crystals? Are those cheap? Or not cheap. Could I sell those in Larnak maybe? Could buy them for 3.5. We could sell them in Mirage for a little bit, but honestly, taking them west is kind of a fool's gambit. So let's just not do any of that. And instead, we will just go west to Mirage, get as many supplies as we can there, and then continue on to Larnak and take all of our obsidian with us. Let's boost our movement. Yes, we will go up this way. End turn. Send our dudes out into the wasteland. They failed, and got 1 supply. You tried, guys. That's the best you can do. Eventually the wind dies down, thank God. And now we have to pay our dudes because they're cranky. Because I told them I'd pay them and then I didn't. You can have the weed though. Oh, wrong guy. Sorry. You can have the weed though. I like come up to Gorgora. I'm like, hey, you want this weed? Bogweed? Oh, it's only available every 16 days. Okay, so we gave him some moon dust. We had some, apparently. So, more drugs for you. Different kind of drugs, but I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, so let's pay our dudes today. End the day. 1 more day until Crystal, or Mirage. Not too bad. And we've reached the city. We've reached the city. Great. Who's in charge today? House Venari. Cool. I have no beef with them. I don't really have a beef with anybody. I kind of work for everyone, really. Alright, buying all the supplies that we can. Awesome. There we go. And now we will sell you, because we can actually make a good chunk of money on selling there. What to do next? Obsidian is in demand here. That's interesting. To buy obsidian in the quarry and run over to Mirage, actually, you could net a decent amount of money off of that. Because what are they even buying that for? It's up here, I think. 5.3, and we bought everything for an average of 4. That's a bronze for every single one that we have. That's pretty good, actually. The question is, are we going to get caught with the bogweed in our inventory going into Larnak? I hope not. Is there anything else we could take with us? It doesn't look like. I think it's like ivory and obsidian are the ones that they'd take. We don't have any of that. Do you have any people that want to come with us? Slaves, craftsmen, or more slaves? Yeah, it's supplies, obsidian, ivory, obsidian blades. I think you can get that in Devon. We could go to get medical supplies or mining equipment, taskmasters, slave masters, or overseers and fighters. And there's like none. None of them are here. So we will not be doing that. Is there any mining equipment by chance? It doesn't look like it. I should have looked for mining equipment back when we were in Crystal, maybe. Or maybe either in Crystal or in Lumen probably would have sold mining equipment, honestly. What does the fruit do? You could spend a brose. Or a lurg, I should say. A brose is a silver. Buy enough to share with the slaves. I mean, we're in pretty good shape. Like, I don't think we need to do that. So let's go ahead and just rest. Sleep on the floor. No need to spend money we don't need to. And then on to Larnak, and probably more than one encounter with the worms. But I have to face my fears at some point. And I think the best way to Larnak is like this way. Like that. I think. So let's go ahead and rest. We've used all our movement. Very efficient today. Out and around. Get ready for the ground to rumble, team. I'm not getting my hopes up that we're gonna fight the worms. Oh, something I just thought of. I have a ton of insight. I should be getting... Oh, I have aid. What am I talking about? I should get some more resourcefulness. Because I have a boatload of insight. So let's get a little more resourcefulness. That makes like your actions in combat easier. It allows you to pick up enemy or your allies in combat if you run out or if they get knocked down. All sorts of good things. I know it was a big amount of insight to pay, but hey, and we got to Larnak without running into. We've succeeded. We got into Larnak without running into any of the worms, and we didn't get caught with our bogweed. Fantastic. All right, market. Is there anything we could we buy ivory here? Do you even have ivory here? I didn't see any. Oh, there's a little. We could buy a stack. Let's see. What do we need for supplies? We need to be able to get out to Tectum, Carvos, and back. So 7 days, 14 days most likely. So stack up on supplies. Stack up on a stack. 10 days. 11, 13. And Gorgoro, do you want this bogweed yet? I'm just like, take this bogweed. 13 days is probably fine. So if we want to get a stack of ivory, I think that would be good. Exchange for news, Utvarar, construction workers, slaves, family. Hey, family, you want to go to this place that is just like overrun with sandworms? I tell you, it's probably a good place. I don't know why I think it's so funny. Avernum, Torzags, Avernum. Oh, except I can't take any of these missions. Oh, it's because my inventory's full. What am I talking about? I'm like, yeah, I will take on your missions. I don't have any space for it, but sure. Any good equipment going on here? Quality tools. Mining equipment is not available. Standard armament, traveling saddles. Okay. We don't even really have any space other than navigation, which I don't think you... I think those are like special items, like the Dwarven Compass that we found in the tutorial, that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and rest in the Manzio today. Should we send out our dudes? If you send out your slaves, they lose energy. But if you send out your workers, they don't lose energy. That's fascinating. Maybe it's because that's most of our workforce. Might as well. Hey, and they succeeded. Money for me. Exchange for news, and then I guess now's the time to head out into the wasteland. Let's fill out our supplies fully to make sure we're at 13 days, and then off we go. We are scot-free. Out into the sands. Mostly west, slightly south. I remember you should take this little jog. At least I think you should. I don't actually know. Maybe you should take this little jog. Or maybe just go straight west. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've forgotten the way to Tectum Carvos. Maybe it's this. Or this? I'm lost, you guys. What'll that get us? That'll get us one more movement. End turn. Now, I think this gets us 9. I think here is a good place to go. End turn. Every movement we make is spooky at this point of the game. Oh, there it is. Ah, the worms, they found us. Ah, we do have way more combat prowess than we do this time. Could we lure them away? Offer items. Beast lures is a 45% chance if we give them all of them. That's not super great. I think we should probably fight them and defend equally. Now, we've got a 55% chance to succeed right now. Let's make a makeshift barricade. It pushes us to 59. And then a shield wall pushes us to 61. That's not fantastic, but it is better than nothing. So I think we're gonna try it. Please roll well. We lost 2 guys and 2 of our fighters. So we're down to 53. It's kind of it's even-ish now. They're at 90% strength. It's not awesome. The shield wall would push our success up by 1%. I think it's worth... I mean, you might as well. Alright, that was pretty good. We lost a boatload of fighters because of that. Now, disengaging or do we pursue? I think we pursue. It's a 92% chance to succeed. Alright, we lost some more people. We're down to 4 fighters. Give them time to heal. Did we lose 14? We lost 14 fighters? How is that possible? And we lost 2 slaves. And how did they take our stuff? I'm so baffled. All right, we're leaving the buckwheat. we got a bunch of chitin, but we don't have enough people now. Oh boy. Even guarding the camp in the most rudimentary of ways. We could post guards and lose a vigor, or we could not post guards and lose an obedience and morale. I think we'll lose the vigor for now. What the heck? You guys, I just fought worms! You find yourself in an open field with thick green grass and blue flowers, the likes of which you've never seen. Above you, the night sky is so clear that the stars and the 2 moons almost blind you with their light, yet it seems that this is an unfamiliar sky. And you get the feeling that it is old somehow. A constant whispering sound can be heard, but whenever you try to find its source, it feels like it is coming from no particular direction. You can see a dark line on the horizon, and feeling drawn to it, you begin to walk toward it. At length, you come across a dark woods that stretch out as far as you can under the twinkling skies. The whispering is closer now and somehow angrier. You catch sight of movement among the tangled vines and thick foliage beneath the sable canopy. As you watch, a hunched black figure appears among the trees, and the whispering becomes a lot louder, more pronounced. Is it calling to you? You realize you must be dreaming it. You cannot wake up. The terrifying figure moves again. It now has glowing blue eyes, but it is still obscured by the forest. You feel constricted, like sinking into the ground must feel. The figure calls to you. It knows your name. It reaches out with a shadowy limb, and you feel being drawn to it. The fear is driving you insane. Not good. We gotta run. We gotta run! You turn to run from the figure, trying to put some distance between it and yourself, but it does not go the way you expected. It is as if under the grass the ground has become muddy, a great swamp that now threatens to swallow you. Desperately trying to free yourself, you struggle against the earth. Your panic rises as you begin to feel the figure getting closer and closer, but you cannot turn around to look at it. Its icy cold breath is surrounding you, and the whispering has now become deafening. It is impossible to get away. You see a great shadow cast over you as the horror is now standing right behind you. Infna tulamos tuin, it rasps. You wake up, covered in a sheen of sweat. The rest of the night passes without incident. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Well, that was something. Keep in mind to pay our dues. I know it's dangerous to press on, but we were halfway between Larnak and Tectum Carvos, and I think it would have been a bad idea to turn back. Now the question is, I don't think we can push for... We can push for too much march points, but I think today's the day. 1 time is okay. Approach town. Thank God. Irifan smiles on you. This time the worms react either too slowly or are not interested in preying upon travelers today, but either way you reach the gates of Tectum Carvos unharmed and enter the city. Whoo boy! Alright, so let's go. Oh man, they have way more supplies than I thought they did. Look at me being a fool, thinking they had no supplies here. And they have tons of chitin. Probably not the place we want to sell chitin, huh? Let's just double check. I'm not making the wrong assumption here. before we turn in our obsidian. Like say Tectum Carvos, buy for 3.9, and you turn around and sell it in Lumen for 4.5. All right, good to know. Okay, let's go talk to our buddy. Visit the war room. Have we brought supplies? We could have brought supplies, I guess. Ask the. Oh right, we gotta talk about Nadir. We'll do that next episode. Let's turn in the stuff. So we have ivory. We have brought them much obsidian. All the obsidian you could ever want. How much more do we have? I'm clicking like a madman. Still? There we go. We've exhausted our supply of obsidian. We're not gonna give them our mining equipment. Or do we? We don't mine a whole lot. You know what? I'm gonna make an executive decision here. We brought a group of fighters. No, we did not. Let's see here. Mining equipment is equipped, but let's take that off, and then we're just gonna give it to them. We can always buy more mining equipment in any of the places that we need equipment from. And I think we must have gotten a boatload of supplies when we fought the sandworms, I'm guessing. So let's see here. There's some fighters here. Oh, we just got back to normal fighter, or not even normal. I think we're partially defended. Maybe that's okay. Oh, posting additional guards, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. We could think about. Wow, we kind of need the manpower. I think that's okay. Exchange for news. Slaves, merchant, workers. Not really. Well, you want to go to Larnak, a black dwarf merchant. 8-9? Could be worth it. Alright, you're with us, guy. Let's fill this out. For 12 is fine. We lost a lot of money taking all this stuff to Tectum Carvos, but that's kind of the deal. They were like, we can't pay you great. This is kind of doing us a solid. So let's go back to our bud. Visit the prince. We brought supplies. We bought you mining equipment. We didn't even intend to do something, but we did. Now, I'm trying to see, what is the sneaky way you can tell that you've gotten certain... Okay, we have 79 preparedness. Do we need to reach 360? Is that just the optimal one? We could give them 5 fighters and we only have 7. That seems like a terrible idea. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna pause here. We're gonna talk to the prince about Carvos next time. So, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a lot. If you want to see more Vagrus the Riven Realms or my other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!